what's poppin'? I figured I may as well get in on all of the hype and build some scrap Orcust. So this is like a very, very preliminary build. It hasn't been optimized. I'm sure there are a lot of things that I could make better, more consistent, etc., etc. But yeah, this is my first build, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about it, talk about a match that I played with it, and kind of my thoughts. So, I gotta say it. If you like the video, hit me with a like. If you want to leave a comment, that's great too. Let me know if you have any suggestions for Scrap Orchest. But yeah, so here's the list. Pretty standard, I feel like 3 Gearsu, Nightmare, Symbol, Wand, Babel, Crescendo, 3 Recycler, Golem, 3 Raptor. I'm not sure how I feel about Raptor. Like, it's not a bad card by any means, but I don't feel like it helps the deck play through its problems. So, like, the main problem before was consistency. Like, you didn't really have a good way to get to Recycler. Now we have like 3 Recycler, 3 Raptor, 3 Scrapyard. So, effectively 9 copies of Scrap Recycler, right? But the thing is, it doesn't make you any less susceptible to hand traps, which is the problem, right? Like not being able to play through a like a single hand trap at times. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think I'll need to find a way to include more extenders, but that a lot of times comes at the cost of going second cards, and I don't know. I just haven't decided what I like best. We've got Rose, the main combo enabler, uh, Fortress, Citadel, 3 Scrapyard, 1 Succession, 1 Reborn, Foolish, Called By, and uh, Boot. So a lot of one-ofs, which can be a little bit annoying, but these 4 kind of serve the same purpose, where it's like helping play through hand traps, right? Like basically just extenders, even though this is, called by just like will negate an ash, but that's basically an extender in itself. Um, the boot clearly tips our hand. We're playing some rocket stuff, so tracer, 2 tracer, and a recharger. Um, then of course 3 quick launch. Quick launch is a nice extender, and we can also get the party started with a chaos ruler. It would be nice if I could figure out a way to incorporate the baby dragons in chaos space, but I feel like the deck is just too tight. So I'll have to see. I just think they're good extenders, good draw power, all of that good stuff. The side is very much a work in progress. The only important card to note here is Urgent Schedule. It's a really nice going second card. Just yeah, it's just amazing. Like getting to scrap Wyvern without using your normal summon, getting Citadel or Fortress in the grave, like Urgent Schedule is crazy. Extra deck, also very much unfinished, but we've got 2 Gal, 2 Dane, Wyvern. If I could find a way to play 2 Wyvern, I absolutely would. 1 Lib, another main combo enabler. Um, Appaloosa, Barricade Borg, Access Code, Link Rebo, IP, Unicorn, Striker, Savage, and Chaos Ruler. So these, of course, are needed for the Dragon package. Everything else is pretty standard. I played one match where I took out IP. It was a horrible decision. Um, like it was just so bad to not have IP in extra deck. Like, yeah, it just hurts so much. So that's the list. Like I said, I think like it playing 3 Scrap Raptors, 3 Scrapyard is much, much better than playing like the Machina redeployment package. So 3 redeployment, um, 1 Irradiator, 1 Megaform, and then a Metal Cruncher. Like there are fewer bricks, I feel, which is nice, but it's still just hard to push through hand traps at times. So I got to figure out a way to incorporate more, more extenders here. Yeah, so like I said, that's the list. I'm still not, I, I, I don't want to say the hype was overblown with Scrap Raptor, but uh, I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna push the deck to like top tier status by any means, but not bricking, not bricking every game. I'm happy with that. So again, that's the list. Let's hop into a match that I played not so long ago. So this is an unrated match against Halo Sama. I dropped my score down to like 974. I think I peaked at 1043 or something. But yeah, so I've dropped a bit playing rated, so I've just been testing on unrated lately. Halo Sama, we know he plays Yu-Gi-Oh! 832 rating, and let's hop right in. So we win the rock, paper, scissors. Of course, we choose to go first. 40 versus 40. So we open Succession, Quick Launch, Recycler, Gearsu, and Ash. So this is a pretty good card. Let's look at his hand. He's got Called By, Strike, Ash, Fractal, and Talents. So he's got a starter. He's got Called By, which is always nice. Ash Blossom is good. Strike is good. Honestly, going first or going second. So not too bad. But again, this is a good hand. We've got a starter, well, two starters and an extender, so I'm happy with that. We go standby main 1, normal summon recycler. He hits me with the Ash, so we go quick launch, bring out Tracer into Striker, and this is just so we can grab boot, so that I can have something to pop with Wyvern. So summon Wyvern, set boot, Wyvern effect. Summon Recycler, pop Recycler, Wyvern effect, bring out Golem. Wyvern, pop the boot. And then now it's just full combo. So Golem, summon out Recycler, Recycler, send Nightmare. Turn those 3 into Appaloosa just to stay nice and safe. At this point, he'll need 2 more hand traps to stop me from comboing, pretty much. I'll need like Nib and something else, but we know that he doesn't have that. So we activate Succession, Golem, summon out Recycler again. Recycler, send Wand. Nightmare, send Symbol. Wand, bring out Nightmare. We turn those 2 into Galatea. Galatea effect to set Crescendo. And we turn... Oh, minor cheat, like I misplayed here. I was supposed to overlay Ding over Galatea because IP cannot be used with 2 link monsters, or cannot be used with a link monster, excuse me. So we symbol out Gal, and yeah, I catch it there. We can't, or I couldn't have gone into IP there, so yeah. And then we pass turn, so we've got Appaloosa, Crescendo, IP, and Ash, which is pretty solid. Pretty solid. If we didn't get hit with that Ash, we also could have had a Savage Dragon here, which would be nice, but I'm not complaining here. So he draws a Nerve Ball for turn. Starts out with Fractal. We use Appaloosa. Activates Talents, and I figured, I don't know if this was necessarily the correct play, but I figure we're just gonna crescendo the Talents, because he'll either take Appaloosa, turn off the Ash, or take Galatea, turn off the Crescendo. And then if he can get like 2 monsters on board, which is not entirely unlikely, he can then go into access code, pop my whole board, and I'm having a really bad time. So I just choose to Crescendo. He goes Nerval, Nerval, effect, we chain Appaloosa because why not? Set strike, set called by. And still in main phase, we go into Unicorn, discard Gearsu, send back the called by, so we still have to play through strike, and pass turn. So we top deck quick launch. It's nice to have a free monster. So we go standby main, link into a access code with gains 4,000, so that's a big boy right there. He strikes me. I banish this a bit preemptively, but it doesn't end up mattering. So Nightmare on Almirage, send wand on symbol, activate quick launch. Quick launch, bring out Tracer. Tracer, pop the symbol to bring out a recharger. Turn those two into Savage. Savage effect to equip the access code. So now we've got a 4 negate Savage. And we go top it off with a symbol on Gal. We would then overlay Gal, or Dingirsu on Gal, and then that was game. So, game 2. We open Skullmeister, Raptor, Babel, Fortress, and Ash. So 2 hand traps is nice. A starter. Babel's not always great to draw. Fortress is Fortress. What are you going to do? I figure we play enough machines that Fortress should usually be live, but it's not here. Our opponent opens Io, Lancia, Kit, Revolt, and Fractal, so this hand is crazy. This turns off my turn. This is just, like, Io is just such a strong card, probably never should have come back. He's got starter, he's got mad extender, like, this is going to be tough. So he starts with Fractal, we start with Ash. He goes Kit effect, and I chain the Meister, set 2 pass. So at this point, I feel pretty good because I'm like, what could those back row be? And we'll see how that works out. So M1, normal summon Raptor effect. I'm kind of surprised. Oh no, never mind. Raptor second effect. Add Recycler. Normal summon Recycler effect. And here I misplayed really bad. Well, I actually misplayed in side decking. So I side decked in like Urgent Schedule, and in that I was like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure I can take out Crystron Rosenex if I have Urgent Schedule. Like, that's so many extenders, free monsters, whatever. Like, you know, I'll be fine. But yeah, now I don't have Rose. So then we activate Reborn on Gearsu. Now my hand is completely dead. We poke. And then end phase, he activates Revolt, and at this point I just scoop because I just have nothing. He's gonna have his whole engine going. I clearly don't know that he also has Lancia, so yeah, he was just gonna be so far ahead. Turn those two into a Blossom or a Bear Bloom because this is clearly post Lightning Overdrive, and yeah, like I would top deck Tracer, but that wasn't gonna be enough to play through everything that he had. He was going to have a draw, he was going to have a search, and he was still going to have order. So yeah, it was going to be tough. So game 3, I choose to go first. And we have Twin, Cosmic, Quick Launch, Reborn, and Ash Blossom. It's okay. We have a starter. We have an extender. We've got some back row removal. Our opponent opens No Material, Phantasme, Barrage, Tenki, and Nerval, so pretty good hand. No Material is an interesting choice. I'm not a huge fan of the card. I bet it's good in some matchups. I bet it has its uses. Like, especially like against Zoo, normal summon a rat or something, and then you just go No Material. Yeah, I could see it being useful, but I do think there's a reason why it's not a incredibly popular tech choice right now. So we do some standard stuff. Start with quick launch. He drops the no material. I jumped the gun there. Drops the no material. We chain tracer. Bring out recharger. Activate reborn. Specialing out the tracer. I should have done I still should have summoned out Striker. Striker add boot. Boot pop itself. Add tracer or whatever. Activate tracer. Summon itself out. There wasn't any reason not to get a free card. And that would come up, that would absolutely come up later. So, activate ruler. Ruler effect. Mill 5. And those are good mills. Not drawing Golem is always good. Symbol, Gearsu, like that's not too bad. So we add back the Gearsu, normal summon Gearsu, Gearsu send Nightmare, link into Galatea, activate Phantasme, and we ash this. I don't know if this was correct, but I do know that I didn't want him drawing 2 cards and refreshing his hand. I kind of like, in hindsight, I don't think that was correct. I think I should have just bit the bullet and let him do it. But, you know, in the heat of the moment, it's hard to know. So we go Nightmare, send Wand, Wand, bring out Nightmare, Gal effect. Of course, we have to set Crescendo because Babel got milled. Set Twin and symbol on Gearsu, or Gearus, as I say. Link 2 into IP and pass. So this board is kind of conservative. But we have Twin, we have Crescendo, we can link into IP or link into Appaloosa or yeah. So it's not horrible, I don't think. So he top decks Keros, which is a very good top deck for him. So he activates Barrage, Barrage effect, bring out Whiptail, overlay Trident, and activate Trident. So I had a big think here. He targets IP. I was really considering just letting it go, but I didn't want... I think I was still really scared of Zeus, and I was just having a hard time determining when to use my interruptions. I don't know. I still think it's correct to Crescendo. Because otherwise, yeah, he just goes battle phase, poke, Zeus, gets a whole bunch of materials on engrave, and then still has all of this follow-up. So I think it was correct, but it's hard to know. So he goes Tenki, add Fractal, Fractal, Kit, Nerval, add Kit. He summons Kit, and I'm thinking, like, okay, as long as he doesn't have Keros, which is usually a 2 of, if we now link into Appaloosa, his turn is over. Because, yeah, we know he has the Phantasme, we negate the Phantasme, we negate the Kit, and his turn should be over. And then he has Keros, so that is not ideal. He accidentally summons the wrong monster, but we know that. So yeah, he summons out Keros, and at this point I know I'm in trouble. Activate for 2. Bring out double Dragon Lords and poke, poke, poke. So I also got punished for holding this twin too long. Just in my head, I was like, I don't want to discard a Cosmic for a twin, but if I would have like twinned the Barrage or even twinned the Tenki, I would have been in such a better position. Or if I would have just set Cosmic, or if I would have, like I said, activated or gotten to Striker and Oh no, I guess that wouldn't matter. I'm just an idiot. Disregard what I said about this striker because I would have had to use the boot to summon out the tracer, therefore it wouldn't be in hand anyway. That still does not excuse that I should have activated or either set Cosmic or activated Twin on either Tenki or Barrage. Doing either of those, my winning chances would have been a lot higher. So we draw Ash for turn. Big Thinkamus, and this turn I also don't play particularly well. I was like really thinking about trying to get into access code with what I had, even if that meant normal summoning the Ash, but that just was not feasible in the slightest. So I just used my resources in an incorrect order. So we go Nightmare, and I shouldn't have targeted Lords with Nightmare. I should have targeted literally anything else. We activate Wand, bring out Symbol. So we activate Crescendo, adding Girsu. That's just having reasonable normal summon. Normal summon Girsu, no effect because, as you guys know, I'm only playing one Symbol, one Wand, one Nightmare. So, like what? I could send Girsu, but that's not very good. Activate. So he then activates the Lords, returning my Symbol to hand. Kit. And we just Ash the Kit. I figure, again, removing as much follow-up from him as possible is probably going to be good. So we go Babel. Oh, also, he definitely should have bounced Girsu. He should have bounced Girsu with the Dragon Lords and not Symbol. He definitely helped me there. Because now I still get Symbol and Grave. Yeah, I have one less monster, but what are you going to do? So we go Symbol on Gal, bring out Gal, Gal effect. Oh, well, first Phantasme, which is fine. Draws Fractal, no material, puts back Gnome, so he still has his follow-up. Activate Gal to return Symbol. I think I should have returned probably... Oh, I definitely should have returned Wand. I absolutely should have returned Wand, but okay. We go Ding effect to attach and go Battle Phase, so we can poke over the Chaos, poke over the double Dragon Lords, and then main 2, we link those back into a Galatea. That's just so we can have one interruption, which is the Dingirsu on our opponent's turn. One interruption is better than 0 interruptions. I don't know if you guys know this, but that's important. And we pass turn. So he draws Ram, goes battle, poke. So yeah, here, if I would have, oh, actually, one turn back, I think I should have returned. Oh god, it's so hard. I think I should have returned Nightmare and attached Symbol. Or no, I should have returned Wand and attached Symbol. Oof. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard, man. It's hard. I think no matter what, I wasn't in a great situation. So, like, determining what would make me lose the least is difficult. But so here, I guess I thought I returned Wand because I declared damage step for the Nightmare effect, and then I was like, oh shit, Wand is banished. So, like, if I would have paid more attention and recognized that Wand was banished, I would have used Gal effect to get her to get Wand back into deck and back into rotation. Is what I'm saying, but I did not. So he summons Fractal, and I'm thinking, God, I like if this resolves, he's just gonna have so much advantage. So we do activate the ding send Fractal, which again, I don't know if it's correct. It might have been more beneficial to attach like wand and keep our Orcust cards in rotation, but I like if he just starts popping off with these guys, I'm just dead either way. So we go battle phase poke. Um, I finally decide to set the cosmic because I'm like, this thing has been in my hand. If he decks another Tenki or whatever, I want to be able to intercept it. And yeah, he summons Ram, Tiger Mortar, Borbo, no fear, poke, goes Chakanine, Zeus, wipes my board. I chain the called by, just, to get something out of there. Lose everything, and drop return. So here, what's gnomes? Okay, so I'm like, normal summon recycler, recycler effect, send rose, and at this point, I probably should have just left it as is. But I'm like, man, I gotta force this Zeus send at some point. But I definitely should have waited until I had more cards to force the Zeus send. Because now I get sent, and due to my lack of extenders in the deck, even though I can have access to another recycler, like in my deck, I still have 3 Scrapyard, 3 Raptors. So and then 2 recyclers, right? So 8 out of 20 cards in my deck right now are basically scrap recycler, but there's just nothing I can really do with them. So we draw Scrapyard effect, add the Raptor, Raptor effect, pop itself, add a recycler, and yeah, good game. Like there wasn't anything I could do there. And seeing that he top decked Nib too, I was like absolutely dead. Because even if I started comboing, he would just nib me. And like my extra deck, oh yeah, I guess I can't really see it in replays, but like Appaloosa's gone, so I wouldn't have any nib insulation. 2 gals are gone. And yeah, all my Orca stuff is banished, so I was just dead. So I think the main thing in this game was that I did not utilize my resources and keep them in rotation correctly. But on top of that, yeah, I don't know. It was just a tough match. Opening just the one quick launch was a little bit weird, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, if he like no materials my scrap recycler, um, like on turn 1, that would be pretty good, I think. But anyway, now I'm just rambling, so I'll just go ahead and say it. If you liked the video, hit me with a like. I appreciate anybody that watches. That's really kind of you. And with that, have a nice day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.